You know that feeling when you realize the most important things you learned weren't really in a formal class?
Oh,
It
absolutely.
was from some passionate speaker or maybe a shared experience. Now, imagine having that hunger for knowledge in, say, 1905 rural America.
Right, where just getting to a big city for that kind of culture was a massive undertaking.
Exactly.
And that's precisely the void that the Chautauqua movement filled. It was this premier adult education phenomenon that basically brought the culture and the dialogue right to your doorstep.
Okay, so let's unpack this. I feel like we always hear that one classic quote about it, the one from Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, and it's almost always misquoted. People love to say he called it the most American thing in
Or
America.
that's not what he said.
No, his actual words were that it was typical of America at its best.
Hmm.
It's a subtle difference, but it's important. It's more about aspiration, about building community strength, not just being popular.
So it was about an ideal.
Yeah,
And it started as, what, just a single location?
it did. The original Chautauqua Institution. It was organized back in 1874 at Chautauqua Lake in New York.
By who?
A Methodist minister, John Hale Vincent, and a businessman, Lewis Miller. It started pretty small, actually, just for training Sunday school teachers.
And it just exploded from there.
It really did. It built on older ideas like the Lyceum movement, but took it to a whole new level. It eventually split into two main types.
Right, the permanent ones and the traveling shows.
Exactly. You had the independent Chautauquas with fixed facilities, but the real game changer was the circuit, or the tent Chautauquas,
The ones on the move.
the ones on the move.
Yeah.
They started around 1904. They'd roll into town, pitch a massive tent, run programs for a few days, and then pack up and go to the next town.
And the scale of that was just immense.
Oh, it's staggering. At their peak in the mid-1920s, they were in over 10,000 communities,
10,000.
reaching audiences of more than 45 million people.
45 million before mass media. That's unbelievable. And the lectures were the main draw, right?
They were the engine, for sure. The speakers were basically the rock stars of American intellectual life.
Any famous examples?
Well, there's Russell Conwell. He delivered his speech, Acres of Diamonds, something like 5,000 times.
5,000. What was the message?
It was very much of its time. The core idea was, get rich, young man, for money is power. He even said, I say you have no right to be poor.
Wow. That is a very direct message.
It is, but that's the genius of Chautauqua. On that same stage, you'd also have someone like Jane Addams talking about serious social problems.
So, capitalism one day, social reform the next?
Pretty much. They had politicians debating temperance, women's suffrage, child labor laws. They were deliberately nonpartisan, so you'd get people like FDR and Alf Landon in the same season. It was about creating real dialogue.
That drive for personal growth and potential is still so critical, even if, our tools have changed. And speaking of modern tools, this deep dive is sponsored by Embersilk.
A perfect link.
If you need help with AI training, automation, or software development, you should check out embersilk.com to see how agents could make a real impact for your business or even your personal life.
But it wasn't all just serious lectures, was it?
Not at all.
The culture side was what really cemented the appeal. Music was huge. Band music, spirituals, you name it. They even started featuring opera in 1926.
Opera in a tent in rural America.
Yeah,
I love
that's-
that. So it was sort of blurring the line between high culture and popular entertainment.
Completely. It was a bit like vaudeville in that way, but they curated everything to be family-friendly and high quality. They made popular entertainment respectable and accessible.
So what's the lasting legacy here? What should we take away from this incredible movement?
Well, the circus themselves faded out by the 1940s, but the original institution and others are still going today.
That's amazing.
It really is. I think what Chautauqua proved is that the appetite for knowledge, for culture, for high-level dialogue, it exists everywhere.
It just needs a platform.
It just needs an accessible format.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that intellectual curiosity is such a powerful force for progress in a community.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.